Hi guys, earlier this month at the Munich Security Conference, the US Vice President JD Vance delivered a blistering speech attacking both the UK and the EU over what he claimed were attempts to suspend free speech. The issue was brought up in a Q&A session ahead of the official talks both Starmer and Trump were to have on Thursday. JD Vance was in the room and he responded by doubling down on his attack. However, Keir Starmer stepped in and corrected the VP. Wonderful stuff, have a listen.
Yes, ma'am.
In his remarks at the Munich Security Conference, Vice President Vance condemned free speech violations in the UK. Particularly, could you respond? What is your message?
I have an idea. We have the man right here. Come on. Let's go, JD. We're putting you on stage.
Great. Look, I said what I said, which is that we do have, of course, a special relationship with our friends in the UK and also with some of our European allies. But we also know that there have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British. Of course, what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and by extension American citizens. So that is something that we'll talk about today at lunch.
We've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom, and it will last for a very, very long time. Certainly we wouldn't want to reach across US citizens, and we don't, and that's absolutely right. But in relation to free speech in the UK, I'm very proud of our history there.
Well said, well said. You know, you have to push back on this charlatan, this one JD Vance in particular, because that's what he is. He's a charlatan. And he was lying about Romania. He was lying about free speech. He was lying about a whole range of things at that Munich convention. So you have to say, we will stand up for free speech. We actually have a convention called the European Convention on Human Rights that British lawyers helped write, which is there to protect freedom of expression. Now, what JD Vance is talking about, of course, is rules being applied to, for example, Twitter or Facebook or other media outlets or social media platforms that are not allowed to spread misinformation or not allowed to just allow hate speech to remain up on their platforms. So the British government and European governments are right to clamp down on this, to punish these companies if they decide we're not actually going to remove hateful content or dangerous content. And if they don't respect European or UK rules, then they will face the consequences. This is nothing to do with American citizens. This is to do with American companies that are operating within the European Union or within the United Kingdom. Freedom of expression is protected under the European Convention on Human Rights. Now, businesses are not protected under the European Convention on Human Rights. Citizens are, individuals are. So these companies have to follow the rules. They can't take advantage of the protections that citizens have. They have to follow our rules in Europe and the United Kingdom. And if they don't want to follow those rules, they can go somewhere else. But they make a significant amount of money in Europe and the UK, so they will follow those rules. Now, JD Vance, picking sides, of course, of the far right in the UK and in Germany, that didn't work out too well for him. They want to create division in Europe. They want to create division in the UK because, and I keep coming back to this point, Trump's goal is very, very similar to Putin's goal. It's about weakening Europe. And how do you weaken Europe? How do you weaken the UK? By amplifying parties and organizations within Europe and the UK that want to have a weaker Europe in general, who want to destroy institutions that are there to protect citizens. That's their goal. And a weaker Europe helps Donald Trump out, helps the United States. It's beneficial to the United States if Europe is weaker. That's why Trump is so supportive of Brexit, even though I don't think he fully understands it. And that's exactly why Putin is supportive of Brexit, because he knows that it undermines European unity. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. And once again, kudos to Keir Starmer for pushing back. I wasn't actually expecting that.